Hi everybody, I'm Lights Camera Jackson. Today is Sunday, July 22nd, 2018. Welcome to a new episode of LCJ Live. Coming up, the latest news out of San Diego Comic-Con. It ends today. It's been going on all weekend. Big headlines and trailers from big studios. We'll talk about that. Plus, it is officially Shark Week. I'm kicking it off before Discovery does. We'll talk about some of the best and worst shark movies in recent years. There have been a lot of them, actually, including a new one coming out in just a couple of weeks, The Meg with Jason Statham. Will that have an impact on this Shark Week and more? That's all coming up. But first, the big breaking news right now, one of the most stunning upsets of the year, Equalizer 2 tops Mamma Mia 2 at the weekend box office. So many people expected Mamma Mia was easily going to win the weekend box office and do fairly well. It did well, but it didn't do as well as Equalizer 2. It's amazing what Denzel and Sony were able to pull off. $35.8 million. That is $1.7 million higher than what the first Equalizer movie did back in 2014. So, congrats to them. They're very surprised. Universal, the studio behind Mamma Mia, is very surprised. At Shellfish Beach. Hey, LCJ, on my way to the movies right now. Perfect timing. What are you going to see? What are you seeing at the movies today? Going to see Incredibles 2 finally. Hey, good for you. You're in for one of the best movies of the year. But let's talk about this Equalizer 2, Mamma Mia 2 battle. I knew this was going to be one of the bigger battles of the summer, but I didn't think it would be that close. Thursday night, Mamma Mia edged out Equalizer $3.4 to $3.1 million. Friday, when you added up the Thursday night and Friday totals, Mamma Mia was in the lead. But according to Box Office Mojo, what it seems like is that on Saturday, yesterday, Equalizer made $12 million, $12.8 million, and Mamma Mia only $11 million. There's your big difference from yesterday. They think today Equalizer is going to make $9.6 million versus $9 million for Mamma Mia. There's a $600,000 gap, but that big gap yesterday, a lot more people went to see Equalizer than Mamma Mia. Here we go again. But look, with Mamma Mia's $34.4 million being $1.4 million less than the Equalizer, we could see tomorrow a flip-flop. We could see a switch in the actuals that Equalizer made less amount of money and Mamma Mia made more than the original estimates. We could see Mamma Mia take the top spot, but it seems to me like Equalizer is here to stay. I wasn't a huge fan of the first Equalizer. I thought it was kind of hit and miss. This sequel, kind of the same deal. Denzel gives you that power with his performance, but the action scenes, the ultra-violence, just doesn't do it for me because his character, Robert McCall, is too good at what he does. So therefore, there's not a lot of suspense when it comes to the action and the very extensive climax. But look, no matter what the movie is, fans will come out in force for Denzel Washington. This is the 14th movie in a row. That's right, the 14th film in a row starring Denzel Washington to have an opening weekend in more than 1,200 theaters and open to at least $20 million. $20 million the past 14 movies. That is rare. I don't think any other actor has done that. That is insane, except maybe Robert Downey Jr. This is insane that Denzel Washington is still one of the box office kings. He's still one of the biggest theatrical draws. It's incredible. Denzel Washington can still bring in an audience. It's amazing. Now let's talk about Mamma Mia, which $34.4 million is significantly higher than the $27 million that the first Mamma Mia opened to 10 years ago. But adjusted for inflation, it is a little bit lower than I was expecting, and I think a lot of people were expecting as well. I thought it was a fantastic film, though. This is a better movie than the original because the writer-director of this film, Ol Parker, wrote the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel films. And the second Best Exotic Marigold Hotel really improved upon the original by going deeper into the characters, getting emotional family storylines in there, and the performances, Maggie Smith, Judi Dench, were excellent. It had a lot of heart and emotion in that final half hour. And that's what we get in this second Mamma Mia too. It advances upon the original by going deeper into the characters, having a final scene that people are going to talk about for a long time, really moving, and it's got those musical numbers that are fantastic. Lily James is great. Meryl's got a little role. Pierce Brosnan redeems himself for Last Time. USA Today wrote an article on that. I completely agree with a specific scene that Pierce is in this movie. He redeems himself for Last Time. And Cher's in the movie too. The question is, will Mamma Mia grow over the next several weeks? What the first Mamma Mia was able to do 10 years ago is capture that audience right away and allow people to stay with it for several weeks, even doing a sing-along edition at the end of the summer as it made some more money. Will that happen with this second movie? It's tough to say because there are a lot of other female-geared, female-oriented movies still to come over the rest of the summer, including The Spy Who Dumped Me, even The Happy Time Murders with Melissa McCarthy, and Christopher Robin, I think, is going to bring in a lot of moms. So it'll be interesting to see if Mamma Mia can keep that momentum going over the rest of the entire summer. It's going to be tough to see. Maybe it'll do some strong numbers during the week. Again, Equalizer 2 is your number one movie right now. Mamma Mia right behind there. My complete reviews of both of those movies are up at lights-camera-jackson.com. Big weekend, $70 million combined for both of these movies. Hotel Transylvania 3, Summer Vacation in third place this weekend with another $23 million. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Then Incredibles 2 in fifth place, followed by Jurassic World and Skyscraper. Skyscraper fell from third to seventh. I'm sorry, The Rock, this should not be happening to you for this movie. But you're down to seventh place with $11 million this weekend. The First Purge in eighth. And then another horror movie that opened up this weekend really wasn't going to do a whole lot. Unfriended Dark Web, the sequel to a horror movie called Unfriended from a few years ago that Universal put out. The Blumhouse studio just put out this sequel, only made $3.5 million. When you're going up against Denzel and Mamma Mia, it's tough to make an impact. And rounding out the top 10, Sorry to Bother You, a film I had the chance to see the other day with another $2.8 million. That's a bizarre movie. Holy cow. You think it goes one way, and then there's a scene with Armie Hammer, and he sort of explains things, and yeah, if you've seen Sorry to Bother You, you know what I'm talking about. That really changes it up for sure. I saw somebody online wrote the other day that they thought it was a Get Out clone. Interesting comparison. I do think, because Jordan Peele was thanked in the credits from writer-director Boots Riley, I do think there are some elements of Get Out thrown into this, the twist style, but it's more of a sci-fi comedy aspect than Get Out was the horror aspect when looking at the racial tensions in this country. There definitely are some elements in there. Thanks for joining us here on LCJ Live. What a weekend box office, but we've got a big week ahead coming up with shark movies we're going to talk about in a second, and San Diego Comic-Con. I do want to mention that 8th Grade is expanding into more theaters this weekend and in the coming weekends, and it made a whole lot more money this weekend as well in about 23 theaters. Congrats to Bo Burnham, A24. Go see this movie. It is fantastic. Hey, it's Shark Week. It starts tonight on the Discovery Channel. All kinds of programming all week long. Shaq's doing some stuff. There's a special Shark Week Cash Cab episode Friday at 7, and it is the 30th anniversary. So, I got my man Bruce here from Finding Nemo, of course, one of the better-known movies featuring a shark. Of course, Bruce is not the main character in Finding Nemo, but Finding Nemo is associated as a shark movie because of that character. Of course, Jaws really started it all 40-something years ago as the first big summer blockbuster. First time I saw Jaws in its entirety was only a couple years ago in a movie theater, and I really liked it. The tension, the suspense, it got me. Jaws is a classic, of course. A year after Finding Nemo, DreamWorks had a sea creature movie called Shark Tale. Remember that? Will Smith, Jack Black, Robert De Niro, Angelina Jolie. I saw Shark Tale. I didn't love Shark Tale. To be quite honest, it should not have gotten a Best Animated Feature Academy Award nomination that year. It was up against Incredibles and Shrek 2. Please, SpongeBob should have been in that category instead of Shark Tale. But yeah, I wasn't a huge fan. I didn't think it was that funny. And I really haven't watched it in the years since. I remember Katie Couric has a little cameo in Shark Tale. Remember that? But yeah, not a huge fan of Shark Tale. Then we didn't have a lot of shark movies until 2016 when Juan Collet-Serra, the director of Unknown, Nonstop, and most recently The Commuter, all those Liam Neeson movies, decided to make a shark attack movie called The Shallows, starring Blake Lively. and it made a decent amount of money. I thought The Shallows was all right, but to be quite honest, 2 summers later, I really don't remember a whole lot out of that movie, except for the fact that Blake Lively had a relationship with a seagull. And that Steven Seagull, I think they called him. Yeah, so that if that has the greatest impact on my memory of The Shallows, maybe it didn't work so well after all. Last summer, a movie did very well called 47 Meters Down. This came out around the same time as Cars 3, and took the popularity of This Is Us, starring Mandy Moore, with Mandy Moore in this movie, and that's how it was able to soar at the box office. It was this, guilty pleasure, action thriller, summer shark attack movie, but it also had the star of one of the biggest shows on TV. That's gold. That's money right there from Byron Allen's Entertainment Studios. So that's how 47 Meters Down was able to succeed. I know they're in the process right now of trying to make 48 Meters Down. I think they're going to try that for next summer, maybe a little later into 2019 for 48 Meters Down. 47 Meters Down did very well last summer. But now, in just a couple of weeks, we get this summer's shark attack movie, The Meg. It's an interesting decision Warner Brothers decided to make to release this movie in the middle of August instead of 4th of July weekend, even this weekend right now, to wait until August 10. Here's what I'm thinking. They decided, you know what, we're going to have all this marketing, this entire week of marketing for The Meg during Shark Week on the Discovery Channel, so we can put ads and ads and ads of The Meg throughout every single program. So you're going to be seeing probably over this entire week an ad for The Meg during every program. This may be where Warner Brothers puts all of its money into this movie. Thank you for joining us at Raptor121. Are you going to be watching Shark Week this week? What are you looking forward to out of Shark Week? Let us know here. Please comment, ask me questions, send in stuff right here on LCJ Live. This is the live entertainment news and opinionated Sunday show right here with your box office news and the latest updates and my take on what's going on in the industry. We appreciate you being here. It is Shark Week. The Meg opening August 10. I think it looks like it could be fun. But one thing that's interesting to me is Rainn Wilson. The casting of Rainn Wilson, of course, Dwight from The Office. He hasn't had a huge career after The Office. Gets a role in this movie, getting a lot of attention for it. And Jason Statham, who I had the chance to meet a couple years ago at the Critics' Choice Awards. What's up, at MattB2105? Had the chance to meet Jason Statham, tell him I've seen a lot of his action movies, and I have family members who've seen a lot of his action movies, and he was a really cool guy, really nice, tough, cool guy. He wanted to make another spy movie with Melissa McCarthy. He thinks that would be great, but I just don't think that's going to happen. It's been too long, and Paul Feig and Melissa McCarthy have moved on to other things. I don't think Spy 2 is going to happen. At Racer123E, what's going on? Hey, welcome to LCJ Live. So The Meg, are you looking forward to The Meg? I am. We'll see how it does. All this Shark Week attention, it's certainly going to get. Hey, San Diego Comic-Con. It's been all over social media over the past few days. You saw the headline about the guy who met with Jamie Lee Curtis who says that Halloween saved his life. We got news from Cartoon Network yesterday that there will be a Steven Universe TV movie. We saw the trailer for Shazam, the new superhero movie starring Zachary Levi. I like Zachary Levi. I didn't watch Chuck, but I think he's a fun, cool guy. Of course, the voice of Flynn Rider in the Tangled movie and some of the Tangled TV series and the specials. A lot of people are comparing this first trailer and this concept for this movie to Big, the classic Tom Hanks movie. I think Warner Brothers hopes it will be big at the box office and have an impact. It is opening just a month before the final Avengers movie. So are we all going to be tired out from these superhero movies by the beginning of next summer, by spring of next year? We're getting more trailers for Aquaman. Aquaman is coming out in December. And here's something really interesting. How about Johnny Depp showing up at the Warner Brothers presentation talking about the new Fantastic Beasts movie? He came out in his costume as the villain character. A lot of people surprised Johnny Depp was there because of all the sexual harassment claims. We've been getting more of that lately. Anthony Anderson is under investigation for things. I met Anthony Anderson a few years ago. Seemed like a nice guy to me. He's denying this claim extensively. We'll see what happens there. But Johnny Depp showing up in full costume to try to get some positivity on this Fantastic Beasts movie that's coming out in November for Warner Brothers. Of course, the first Fantastic Beasts movie became the first film in the entire Harry Potter saga to win an Academy Award. It was a really big surprise when it won the Costume Design Academy Award a couple of years ago. So, San Diego Comic-Con, it ends today at DJ Risopo. I cannot wait for Fantastic Beasts 2. I hope it's good. I hope it's better than the first one. I really do. Maybe it'll be exciting. Jude Law's in it. I like Jude Law. We'll see how it does. San Diego Comic-Con ends today. A lot of stuff happening, including, I put this tweet out the other day. Kelly Ripa is moderating the Riverdale panel today. Her husband, Mark Consuelos, is on the show. That was getting a lot of attention. I think the Live with Kelly and Ryan folks are going to do a piece on her experience at Comic-Con. She said she's never been. They've never filmed anything for the show, I think, from Comic-Con. So they'll probably do a piece on that in the coming days. At Ricky CA 2018, what's going on? Welcome to LCJ Live. Tonight, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Watch Extra Butter with Mark S. Allen. I talk about Skyscraper, and I want to get the website up yes. So, I talk about Skyscraper on my buddy Mark S. Allen's show. He's based out of Sacramento, California. He was one of the founding members of the Broadcast Film Critics Association. Great guy. So I went on his show. First time it aired was this Friday. It airs again tonight. 6:30 p.m. Pacific Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to watch it live, go to abc10.com and you can look for the live video. The specific page, abc10.com/live-video. And I'll put up the link later tonight so people can watch it again. But always have a great time talking with Mark about various movies. We usually get into an argument about certain movies. In this case, I liked Skyscraper a lot. Him, thought it was all right. So be sure to watch for that tonight, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. I'll put up the link on social media. You going to Mission Impossible this week? What about Teen Titans Go to the movies? I'm doing a double feature. Thursday, I'm going to Teen Titans and then seeing Mission Impossible. So all of my reviews of those coming up for you later in the week, along with The Spy Who Dumped Me. In select theaters on Friday night, the Mila Kunis, Kate McKinnon action comedy The Spy Who Dumped Me will be screening at 7 p.m. this Friday, July 27th. Select theaters, look in your town, see if it is playing, and you can see it a week early. Lionsgate is doing this for an R-rated movie, which is incredibly rare. So that'll be Friday night. I will be seeing that as well. So a busy week ahead. And I've got a new blog post up tomorrow at lights-camera-jackson.com. One of my personal favorite movies, The Parent Trap, starring Lindsay Lohan, Dennis Quaid, and the late Natasha Richardson, is turning 20 at the end of this month. So I've got some analysis on that coming up. What's up at BillMan25? Thanks for being here on LCJ Live. If you're just joining us, look, San Diego Comic-Con is still going on through today. Shark Week kicks off tonight. And Equalizer 2 with Denzel has topped Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again at the weekend box office by approximately $1.4 million. But look for some headlines tomorrow that may change things up. Maybe Mamma Mia overtakes Equalizer 2. We'll see you back here next Sunday at noon Eastern for another new episode of LCJ Live, box office analysis on Mission Impossible Fallout and Teen Titans Go, along with my take on those two movies and The Spy Who Dumped Me. I'm Lights Camera Jackson. Thank you for watching today's new episode of LCJ Live. Have a great Shark Week!